Non-binary people have it tough, don't they? Not only do they have to have words such as androgynous and social construct on their verbal speed dial, but they also have to dress in such a way that people know they're non-binary. Otherwise, how else will the public know of their struggles? I mean, in a time when we have the freedom to be whatever we want to be, they really drew the short straw with gender. So, to continue bringing light to the plight of millennials who are so terrified of realizing they aren't special that they created what seems like an anime version of the Civil Rights Act, let's have a look at BBC's The Social, in which a card-carrying alphabet person reveals the horrors, I say, of getting a haircut. Viewer discretion is advised if you're a total pussy.
Sometimes I need a haircut. It's really that simple.
This is true. And sometimes you need to have piercings that say, I'm never going to work in a job that pays tax. This is also down to gender identity. You see, the stretched ears are metaphors for the hoops that society must jump through to make a non-binary person happy. And the tacky glasses are to magnify the tears they shed whenever they have to fill out a form which asks if they're male or female. You know, the weirdest thing about this non-conformity is that they still all look the same. Oh, of course there's a but, because nothing is ever that simple for some people, is it?
Simplicity seems to jump out the window when I head out the door into our society, which has a limited capacity for people who don't fit the norm.
I think you'll find society can actually be quite welcoming of those who don't fit the norm, variety being the spice of life and all of that. What you mean is society doesn't like those who demand special treatment for no other reason than they want to feel unique.
And we're normally offered...
That's not how you say offended, but go on.
Female or male.
For what? A haircut? How long has it been since you've left the house, mate? There are actually quite a few styles on offer nowadays, and let's be fair, all you're after is a short back and sides. You can do that at home, you know? Save yourself the trouble of having to deal with reality once every 6 months. Your gripe right now is with fashion. I mean, look at this impeccably groomed dude from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Back in Lord of the Rings times, long hair on men was all the rage, yet this one somehow looks like Jesus said, but father, I don't want to be the Messiah. I want to dance.
Mark the box with a tick. Please make yourself fit.
Yeah, how cruel for a business to specialise in either men's or women's hair. We need non-binary barbers where they don't use scissors because some people are triggered by them, so they instead use inclusive language to softly persuade your hair to get shorter. And a safe space in the back where you can go cry because you actually got what you wanted. Jeez, you'll be demanding your own drinking fountains next.
But I'm more that other, if that's even an option.
It's not. Need I remind you, you're talking about getting your hair cut? Fashion. You're talking about fashion. And I guess your style is the self-inflicted martyr. Don't pretend that you don't enjoy the struggles you've invented here.
Like I'm some thing on the outside, existing beside the world as it rolls by, all pink and blue.
Oh, you poor little soldier with your epic battles. I feel like an outsider. No, you want to be an outsider, and that's fine. We all went through our rebellious phases, but at least we have the good grace to look back on our blunder years and cringe. No one made green mohawks a social movement, did they? No goth ever put on a dog collar and demanded their own bathroom. Just grow up.
In this society entirely divisible by two into woman and man, but I relate most to that ampersand.
You relate to the and part? Can you hear yourself? This is one of the many reasons I just can't take this shit seriously. You identify with the symbol for and.
And I need a haircut.
Really? That's the first I've heard of this. If only you could actually go and get a haircut without first chronicling your intolerable lamentation, despite the real victims here being the taxpayers who paid the BBC to make this bollocks.
So, option one is the salon.
Okay, fine. Piss off to the salon. No one there's gonna stop you based on your gender. In fact, no one's even gonna ask you about your gender. Oh, maybe that's the real issue here. This whole time I've been saying no one cares, but that's actually your problem. No one cares.
That womanly world of perfumed femininity with which I feel like I have little affinity.
Hey, Hey, that kind of rhymed. Is this meant to be a poem? You do strike me as the poet kind, you know? Big words, complaining about nothing, clearly unemployed.
Or option 2 is the barbers, which isn't much better since...
Wait. Judging by the image on screen right now, you are currently in a fucking barber's. Is this whole thing happening while some poor bloke is waiting behind you going, just ask what haircut you want, mate. I'm going on break in 10 minutes. Can you hurry up?
This voice and these swells in my chest make me feel like an infiltrator.
It's a place to get your hair cut, buddy. You aren't behind enemy lines in Nazi Germany. If you honestly feel like an infiltrator because you're in a barber shop, then your hair isn't the only thing wrong with your head.
But...
this video has bigger butts than Kim Kardashian's sex tape. For fuck... Look, here you go. Buy these hair clippers from Amazon and cut your damn hair yourself. That's £30 well spent if it stops you from crying, and that's down from £45 too. So I've just saved you 15 quid and a brain aneurysm. You're welcome.
barbers or salon when I get to the chair.
Oh, the chair. What's the chair done? Let me guess, you don't know whether to put your purse in your lap or manspread.
Before we can even touch on my hair, there's this question which hangs there unuttered and awkward.
What on earth are you on about? Before we can even touch on my hair. Oh, you mean the sole purpose of you being there? Of everyone being there? It's a fucking barber shop, you pillock. What are you expecting? A wine menu and a list of today's specials? Just sit down, shut up and let the guy do his job.
They're made all the more awkward when they say, I know this is awkward.
Do they though? Or do they say, what can I do for you? What haircut would you like? Thinking about it, I don't think I've even heard a barber say the word awkward. Except for that one time I went in for a trim and he said, get out of here, you bold prick. To be fair though, that was pretty awkward.
And through the mirror they ask if I'm a boy or a girl.
No, they don't. Unless your barber is Professor Oak, you're just making it up now. Well, you've been making it up for a while, but now you're really making it up. Come on.
Am I trans? Am I gay? And I don't know what to say.
Oh yeah, we all struggle to come up with an answer when the guy who cuts our hair starts inquiring about our sexuality for some unknown reason. You know, you seem to be under the impression that you're some kind of gender-based celebrity and everyone around you is trying to get the inside scoop, whereas in actual fact, you're just a girl with short hair. Get over yourself, mate.
Sometimes I pick my labels to make other people feel okay.
See, I don't think any of it goes down like that. I think you go into the barber shop, the guy goes, all right, who's next? And you go, I'm non-binary. Oh, that's another time a barber would use the word awkward.
But it's never enough to say where I'd like to be trimmed or shaved.
Yes, it is. In fact, that is all you have to say.
They need to know my sex.
For what? Insurance? Some kind of specialised survey of who gets their hair cut in Edinburgh? Or maybe your barber is actually Johnny Depp researching for his next role. All seems kind of unlikely, but still not as unlikely as your story.
How else can they charge the appropriate rate?
Ah, okay, now we're talking turkey. Let's just nip this one in the bud real quick. Men's hair is cheaper to cut because we just have it cut. Women's hair is more expensive because 1, there's generally more of it, and 2, it gets washed and dried and dyed and then treated with jaguar tears from the Amazon basin, which again, Amazon, mate. 30 quid for a pair of clippers, which means you don't have to come up with these bullshit socio-political reasons for avoiding the barbers, and you can't put a price on that.
I'm sure you've seen the signs. Gents trim £5, women's trim 9.
Yeah, because it turns out vanity is a big money maker. See my previous interruption for further details.
It doesn't matter how I define anyway when the hair on our head's charged by what's between our legs, and as usual, there always seems to be a higher price to pay for those who are female.
So, is being non-binary a sneaky way of getting a woman's haircut for the price of a man's? If so, I commend you, Ginge. Way to play the system.
And I know that the majority of people do feel safe in this divide.
Safe? Safe? Mate, unless your barber is Sweeney fucking Todd, I think you're gonna be okay.
But there's so much possibility if we trim a bit off our prejudices.
Ah yes, the old I'm non-binary and it's everyone else's fault argument. You'd think I'd be tired of it by now, and you'd be right.
And I know in the past few years things have been changing, and that is amazing. There's drag queens on TV and out queer celebrities, hormones and surgeries.
I don't see drag queens being on TV as a positive thing, though it does make sense that an attention seeker would admire other attention seekers. Queer celebrities, well, sounds like you're judging them by their sexuality there, judging them positively, but judging nonetheless. And there isn't a hormone or surgery in the universe that'll make you non-binary. So if we were to boil down what you said into one sentence, it would sound something like being queer is currently in fashion.
But still too often, there's some of us standing, clutching our bladders stuck, trying to decipher which bathroom door symbol we better resemble.
Oh, I can clear that one up for you, Ginge. Use the bathroom you're supposed to use. I know you got this whole thing of judging me by what's between my legs, but that's where your urine comes out, so stick with your genitals on that one. Bathroom problem solved.
Based on what we are wearing or how brave we are feeling.
Now, this might come as a bit of a shock, but bathrooms aren't divided up by what people are wearing. There isn't one bathroom for people who wear their coats indoors and one for people with odd socks. That said, people who wear Crocs can go outside.
There's day-to-day struggles people quietly battle, like finding a way to wear your own skin.
As opposed to wearing someone else's skin, eh, Buffalo Bill? I can see why you don't like going to the barbers now. Too many sharp objects.
While navigating a world in which we don't always fit in.
Yeah, but you kinda did that to yourself, didn't you? Everyone was happy with the whole man-woman thing until recently. I'm just saying, if you make a massive effort to be different, don't give me that when you don't fit in.
We're queer, and we're here.
I thought it was we're here, we're queer. Switch it around all you want, Ginge, but it's still plagiarism.
And life can be tough out there.
Well, no shit. That isn't exclusive to people who make up their own genders, you know. People died in the Battle of Winterfell, yet here you are complaining about your own complaints.
So do you have to make a fuss, or could you just cut our fucking hair?
You're the one who... This has all been... You've been making a fuss. You did a whole bit on not wanting to sit in the fucking chair, and that was after you decided to go to a men's barber instead of a woman's salon. You made up this whole thing of people asking your gender when you're the one who makes a big deal out of it. You're the one in a video produced by the BB Pissin' Sea, yet it is the humble barber that makes a fuss. Don't fuck it. I'm done. I don't even know what to... The sheer audacity of this motherfucker. Just buy the hair clippers. Whew. So, there we go, guys. A lesson in, I don't even know what that was. How to complain about living in the best time in human history, I guess. I mean, when this is a point of contention, you know we've got it good. And I fully expect her next video to be on why it's unfair that we have to breathe. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron so I can buy a wig and then moan about it. And check me out on BitChute when no one asks if you're a boy or a girl before making fun of you. The links are in the description, and remember, when did me turn into re?